John was behind schedule. He was expected to have kicked off his next line of action before the U.S. presidential election reached its final stages. So far, everything was looking chaotic, and the unlikely candidate was winning. They knew that if that happened, all that they had put in place over the years would be undone, and that was the last thing they expected. His boss was daily after him to take action, and there was very little he could do without the director of operations, the position that Charles occupied after Mike Rowland committed suicide. He looked at himself in the mirror, and suddenly saw how aged he had become. Just when he thought things were taking shape, then another thing. He had not been able to forget Maggie's death, even though he had told his boss what happened, and he had gone ahead to see how to pin the killing on Charles so that they could pressure him into action. But to hear that he went to church and got on his knees before the pastor in repentance was not what he expected. He had had that kind of experience in his college days, where they wanted to pressure one of the guys into the gang, but he attended a crusade by the invitation of a girlfriend and there was nothing they could do to change his mind. They had to leave him alone eventually when they tried all forms of persecution against him with no success. He later became a very strong evangelist and made it his target to preach to gang members. John did not know what to do or where to start from. Replacing Charles was not going to be easy. Besides, he could not just move anyone to that position without raising dust. It had to be done accordingly. He had reached a point in his career where he had lost taste for his job. It had become complex and he feared for his own life too. He knew they needed him to keep that position filled, but the truth had been that most of the people are innocent of what happens underground, and getting them in is always very difficult, and in most cases, they end up killing themselves when they can't handle the pressure, nor the voice of their conscience. If what had happened to Charles held true, then there is no way he could get him do his dirty works no matter the threat. He knew that he would have tough decisions to make in the days ahead, but what was he going to do? At a time like that, he wished he could turn back the hand of the clock. All through the night, he could not sleep. He paced the room, got himself a bottle of beer, got on the computer with no clue on what to do. Suddenly the night became very long. He wished he could get some sleep, but it was not happening. Nor was he able to think his thoughts through.